And already got this thing kind of warm. I'm gonna roast these Anaheim chilies here. Bought them last week, and they've been sitting in this bag. They're starting to turn red. They turn red when they get older. This one actually has a little like weird spot here. It's probably starting to go bad, but I'm just gonna chop that part off later after I roast them. Got 4 of them. Okay. Now save the bag, because after you're done roasting them, or charring them, whatever you call it, then you want to steam them in the bag and then let them cool down. And then when they're been steamed and cooled down, then you can just peel them real easily. Apparently a lot of people don't know how to do this. I was at a friend's house one time and he bought some of these peppers and he was just gonna chop them up and cook them with the skin on. And it's like, you gotta take the skin off. And it tastes so much better. The texture is like, it's like soft flesh, and it's then it also picks up flavor from the smoking part, the burning part. And yeah. Then there's also, you have to understand how plants work. Plants don't, it's not like a rabbit, it can't run away and hide. So the plant's defense mechanism is they put the poison on the skin and they put it in the seeds. So if you could actually read a book by Dr. Gundry called The Plant Paradox. So there's like things like gluten is part of an umbrella term called lectins, and they're in the skin and they're in the seeds, and this is like the way the traditionally done historically, like all the indigenous people, and you roast it. They figured it out. This is the best way to do it, the healthiest way to do it, and that's how you get rid of the lectins and all that. The process to all of this. And you can buy these green chilies in a can already peeled for you, and that's easy, but they don't have as much flavor. They're not as spicy. They're kind of slimy and rubbery. They don't have that smoky flavor, that chili flavor as much, and they're not as spicy. And you can just turn these around once in a while. That's the process. We'll take a pause here. There's a little black spot here. It's hard to get surface area, and as it starts to soften up as you cook it, you can sometimes kind of push it down with a spatula a little bit and try to. But all right, let's take a pause and see you in about 5-10 minutes. I put this lid on top because I'm thinking I could steam it up a little bit. I don't normally do this. It's because they're so bent that it's hard to get any surface area on it. And you can also cook these chilies in the grill or in the oven. You just put them in the oven. Just keep an eye on them. This way you can have a better eye on them. But because once you pop right there, let's see. Yeah, they're not quite soft yet, or I can bend them. Once you can bend them, I don't want to crack them. Alright, so that's why I'm trying to steam them, cook them through. Probably better if I put them in the oven when they're all shaped like that. I mean, they're always going to be weird shapes. Yeah, and you can do this with jalapenos too. But it's just more work for just a little tiny pepper, so people don't usually do that, And if you ever heard about like nightshades and all that, so it's the same thing. Tomatoes, eggplants, it's the same concept. That's why they say, "Oh, stay away from nightshades." But like tomatoes, you could just blanch them, put a little cross on the end of the tomato, blanch them, and then peel the skin right off, and then you have this tomato flesh, and get rid of the seeds. Oh, that's really good stuff. All right, pause again. Okay, so now they're a little soft where I can bend them, so I can really get some contact on there. See. So like this one here, it's all bent like this, and this part hasn't got any touch, so I'm going to flip it around, bend it. Now it's touching. You don't got to get it all black, but you want to get most of it. You want to try to make sure you cook as much of it, so then it'll just peel right off when you're ready. It's probably easier to just put it in the oven because it gets all the heat from everywhere. You don't have to do all this work, but I don't know. I don't mind it. Awesome. So, and this one is like, this is a skinny part here, so it's flat and flat here on this part. So the skinny part, you go like this, you stand it up, and then you gotta flatten it out so it'll stay there. There you go. Don't want to move. Just kind of flatten it out just a bit. There you go. See, now it stays in place, and you let it rest there. This whole part here needs to also flip it. It's ready to go. That's the other side after I flatten it. So I'm just flatten it up a little bit right here. Make sure we're getting contact. Let's get this one too. Okay, starting to look good. Getting close. Now this side. Right here, the big green spot right there in the middle. Oop, that hook. Oh, so this one doesn't want to do that because of the, there it goes. The stem was interfering. And you could do this on the grill too, over the coals. That's nice too. Oh, it smells so good. The aroma is excellent. Trust me on that. Take another pause real quick. Okay, they're pretty much done. And there might be a few little spots that didn't get cooked enough. And like right now, if I try to peel it, it'd be it's sticky. But as it continues to steam in the bag, all the residual heat of all these things that usually get it across the finish line. It will be good. So you're finishing off on the steamer here, and also you want it to cook down too. You don't want to burn yourself. Anyway, I like to wrap it in paper towel for some reason. Well, I guess I don't want it to touch the plastic. Then stick it in that plastic bag that you originally bought it in, and then maybe get a grocery bag too. Nice little grocery bag. Stick it in there. And I'll roll it up and then just put it on the kitchen counter over here. Let it sit there for however 20, 30 minutes. Just whenever you need it. Just at least 15 minutes. And it'll continue to steam. Alright. Okay, I think it's good. At least 10 minutes, maybe 15. Let's check these guys out. After that point, it's not cooking anymore. It's just basically cooling down to your preference. Okay. I'll save this bag again, because now we're going to use it to catch all the skin and trash. I'm just open it up right there. Okay, and the paper towel too, put it in there. And just one at a time. Well, it's not coming off, is it? Sometimes, if you didn't cook it long enough, which I guess I screwed it up, it's been a while. Sometimes it comes off easy, just like, oh, like eggshells. And sometimes not so much. But usually, look at that. You can get a knife, maybe you can scrape it off. Okay. So I should have went like another, for my judgment here, like another 5 minutes on there. Churning them. Just make sure you churn them because then you don't want to burn them. You can rotate them, But it's not too bad. I'm getting most of it off. And yeah, and then you could use this for whatever you want. My mom, she always used to, lots of times, she did this. She would like cut it in strips, and then she'd slice up some onions and saute the onions, and this would be like and just mix it with this, and just like a salsa kind of thing. Just put it on tacos or an omelet or whatever we're eating. I like to cut like big slabs of this and put it like on my burger. Get like a Southwest burger. This little part, like a little hole in here. Tex-Mex burger, whatever you call it. This is all right. That's a little bit more tougher than it normally is. Let me put you on pause for a second. Okay, I got most of the skin off. Good amount. There might be a tiny little pieces here and there. It's okay. This one actually I didn't do as clean as the other two. Other three. That's alright. As long as you get most of it off, you're good. So, then what you want to do is, well, let me see. You want to cut this part off here. Just a stem. You don't need that. I mean, you can just, actually, you could just go and cut it like that. Cut it off. And then you want to slice it open. Open it up. And then just kind of scrape the seeds off. You could use the back of the knife if your knife's too sharp. You don't worry about it. The back of the knife to scrape. Well, that's a trick too. You could use the back of the knife to scrape stuff off your cutting board, and that kind of keeps it a little longer. Doesn't get as dull as quick. Use the back of the knife. Look at this. All right, this is premium flesh right here, man. Oh my God, this is like sushi. All right. And then this one here. This is the one that had like that rotten part there. So just cut it extra. Don't even worry about it. See? Don't waste it. They still got turning orange. So I guess when they get older, when they get more ripe, they start to turn red and orange, just like the bell peppers. So that's interesting. Didn't expect to have any orange ones today, but we do. And that's about it. And then I'll just not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this. I might just throw this in I'm going to have a beef roast I'm making early. So I might throw that in there. We'll see. All right, the last one here. I'll clean it. There's still a few seeds everywhere. I don't gotta clean it up a little better. I'm just trying to get the majority of it out of here. Let's see. I'll clean these up a little bit better. Should have used a bigger knife. All right, well, that's pretty much it. This are my roasting chili peppers. I'll just save these for later. To be determined, but I had to cook them today because they were starting to turn. Alright, I'm gonna wipe my hands. Catch you later.